Kasama na natin si Chief Presidential Legal Counsel and Presidential Spokesperson Salvador Panelo.
Good noon, MPC. Congratulations to all the winners. Oh, but it reminds me, congratulations to my nephew-in-law, Congressman-elect Bong Suntay, married to my niece, Sheila Guevara Suntay.
Galit yung mga taga-grab.
O, nagkausap na kami ni Mocha. Mukha napabayaan niya ng ano, kasi daw yung, hindi siya identified dun sa A kasosyo. So, hindi alam na siya yung nominee. Sabi ko dapat pina-amend mo. In-amend mo dapat yung ano, yung may A kasosyo, Mocha or Mocha. Kasi hindi nga. Mas nakatulong pa siya dun sa mga ibang kandidato. Well, sabi niya, ganun pa rin. Gaya ng sinabi ko, tuloy pa rin siya sa kanyang mga advocacy kahit nawala siya sa gobyerno. Susunod na kandidato si RJ. Party list.
Pia.
MPC, party list.
Pia Gutierrez.
Hi, sir. Sir, good afternoon.
Wait, that reminds me, wala pa nga pala kang party list sa mga periodista, mga reporters. Sino? Meron ba? Meron? Anong party list? Ang pangalan? What's the name? Hindi nyo pala alam sa sarili nyo party list eh. Paano mananalo? Nag-aalab. Kulang ang kampanya. Oh, shoot!
Pia.
Sir, good afternoon. Sir, you said yesterday that President Duterte will tolerate a slight delay on the return of the Canadian garbage. But last night, Secretary Locsin tweeted that the Philippines will be recalling the Philippines ambassador and consul to Canada until the Canadian
Yes.
government is able to recall.
Yes.
So bakit ganun, sir? I thought
Para that order of the recall is to persuade them to make it fast. The more they delay, the more personal will be coming back. Di ba, we should have statement noon pa that the refusal to bring the garbage back to their shores is disruptive. That's what the word I use. Disruptive of our diplomatic relations. Yun ang nga nangyayari.
Sir, may information kayo doon sa delay. Saang kanino...
Sinasabi kasi nila maraming documentation. I don't know kung anong klaseng documentation yun.
But this is the fault of which government? The Philippine or the Canadian
Sa
government?
kanila,
Why, sir?
hindi ko alam. Basta yun ang sinasabi nila. Documentation daw ang kailangan pa.
Documentation from Canada.
From Canada siguro. Siguro, baka ang problema nila, kasi di ba nagpadala yata private companies, they're requiring them to bring back the garbage. O baka ayaw pumayag yung, kaya kakaproblema sila. But regardless of whatever reason, they have to
So yung mga,
return.
yung mga documents and papers na kailangan ng Philippine government to ship the Canadian garbage out of the country, wala pong
Hindi
problema
ka natin
dito.
alam kung what's stalling them. From the tweet of Secretary Locsin, they were supposed to meet yesterday. The Canadian authorities at saka DFA. Pero hindi sila sumipot sa customs. So kaya nag-trigger. Hindi ba sabi niya? That triggered it. In other words, kung hindi kayo sincere, bakit pa kakaroon tayo ng relasyon? Kaya pinauwi niya.
Sir, itong recall na to, does it mean that the Philippines is not convinced of the sincerity of the Canadian government?
That recall shows that we are very serious in asking them to get back their garbage. Otherwise, we're gonna severe relations with them.
the Philippine government is not taking the word of the Canadian government that they
Come
will
again?
be, ito pong Philippine government is not taking the word of the Canadian government that they will be taking their trash back.
Hindi, nababagalan tayo sa kanila, kaya pinare-recall na natin.
Thank you, sir.
Baka
Okay,
matuluyan na yan.
Follow up, Rose, and then Jinky.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon.
Hello?
Sir, sa tingin nyo, may magkakaroon kaya ito ng epekto sa sitwasyon ng mga migranteng Pilipino sa Canada?
Hindi naman siguro. Wala namang I don't think may kakaroon ng problema nun. Kasi yung mga nandun naman legal. At kailangan din nila ang mga overseas workers natin.
Halimbawa po may mga magkaroon ng problema ron na migranteng Pinoy, matutulungan ba sila
Oh,
ng
definitely.
embahada roon?
It goes without saying, we are always protective of the overseas workers.
So walang magiging epekto?
Wala naman siguro. Hopefully, wala dapat.
Okay, follow up, Canada, Jinky, then Hanet.
Hi, sir. Sir, anong mangyayari kapag natapos na yung deadline sa Canada?
Natapos na nga, di ba?
Yes, but what is our next step then?
O hindi ba? The fact alone that Secretary Locsin has recalled our diplomats there shows that not only are we serious, we are already warning them. We're gonna sever diplomatic relations.
Sir, hanggang kailan tong recall na to? Hanggang sa mabalik yung trash
Di ba
na yun?
sinabi niya, until such time as hindi nyo inaano yan, hindi ko ipapabalik yung mga pinarecall ko.
No effect, sir? Right now here, our relation with Canadian
Ano
government?
bang wala eh? Ano pa bang tawag mo doon? Pag pinarecall mo, di ibig sabihin may problema na relasyon ninyo sa atin.
Meron sila, sir, na ginawa somehow, doing some communication with you direct from Canadian government to the Philippines?
Ang sinasabi ng Canadian authorities, they're doing their best to bring back the garbage to them.
Okay, sir.
But I cannot even understand because if I were the Prime Minister, kadali-dali naman yan. Kunin na yan, balik na yan dito. Di ba? Ganun lang kasimple yan eh.
Kaya lang,
Eh,
hanggang
kung
kailan?
kailangan nila si Presidente Duterte maging Presidente ng Canada para ganun lang kasimple yan.
Kasi ang tanong, sir, hanggang kailan tayo maghihintay?
Hindi na tayo, the fact na pina-recall mo na, di ibig sabihin, hindi na tayo nang pagantay.
Thank you, sir.
Hannah, to be followed by Cedric and Tina.
Hi, sir. Yung decision po na i-recall po yung ambassador, is it initiative po ni Foreign Affairs Secretary or was it an instruction from the President po?
Again, I will repeat, the President does not interfere with his department heads because they are their alter egos. They know what the President's program is with respect to relations with other countries. So pag sinabi ng department head yan, yan ang posisyon ng Presidente.
Nung nag-decide po ba si Foreign Affairs Secretary, humingi muna siya ng advice?
Then you
or
will have to
has-
ask him that because that's personal to him and to the President.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Cedric.
Any information lang, sir, how Canada is responding to the recall?
Wala pa. Ka-tweet niya lang, di ba?
Okay, Tina.
Sir, linawin na lang natin. Sir, so na-inform ba ang presidente o
Alam na ng Presidente yun.
na
Yeah,
na-recall?
of course. He knows that already.
Since last night, sir.
Alam niya na.
Okay, sir.
Raymond.
Sir, pero aside from Canada, may action na bang ginawa yung gobyerno? If any, ano yung update dun sa importer naman na si Adelfa Eduardo and customs broker Sir John Saldon? Sila yung in charge, di ba? Sila yung responsable ng pagkakaship dito yung garbage. Mayroon na bang ginagawang action laban dito ang gobyerno?
Hindi ko alam. We have to ask the Customs Commissioner on that.
So, kasi last time, sir, yung sinabi ni Justin Trudeau, na there was a legal or domestic issues sa kanila na to ship back the garbage. But apparently, it was settled. So, ano pa kaya yung mga documentation aside from yung kung sino magbabayad?
Hindi natin alam yun. Basta ang posisyon ng Presidente, very clear. Tanggalin nyo na yan. Otherwise, tapos na ang relasyon natin.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Julie?
Sir, you said that by withdrawing the Philippine diplomats from Canada, the Philippine government is serious in its warning to severe diplomatic ties with Canada over the trash issue. Does Malacañang feel that the pros outweigh the cons vis-a-vis the plan to severe diplomatic ties with Canada? Kumbaga, mas malaki ba yung magigain natin pag nag-severe tayo ng diplomatic ties as to mga pwedeng mawala sa atin?
De fact, na sinabi niya ng presidente na tanggalin niya yan, otherwise may pagdikmaan nga ang ginamit niya. Actually, hindi naman yun ang ibig niya sabihin. Ganun kaseryoso si presidente.
Sir?
Maylene, then Rosalie.
Sir, possible po ba na magkaroon ng negotiator para po mas mapabilis yung pabalik ng mga
Wala na, hindi na kailangan mga negotiator. Just remove this garbage from us. Yun lang kasimple yan eh.
How about sa UN, sir? Idulog sa UN po.
Anong UN? Hindi naman kasama UN dito.
Between the two countries.
Hindi na kailangan UN dito. Kailangan lang talaga si Prime Minister to do eh. I-order niya ng kunin yun.
Salamat po.
Rosalie?
Hi sir, good afternoon. What might be the worst case scenario sir after ng pag-recall ng Philippine Ambassador to Canada? Sa tingin niyo po ba kung hindi agad kasi lumipas na po ang 5 years, di pa rin natatanggal yung Canadian waste containers, hahantong po ba sa pagpigil sa mga Pinoy na mag-migrate sa Canada at pagpapauwi sa mga OFW?
Hindi natin alam yan. More on speculation yan.
But is it possible sir?
Well, if you're speaking of possibilities, everything is possible in this world. If probabilities, ibang usapan yan. Tingnan natin.
Do you think, sir, wala po bang negative repercussions sa mga working Filipino sa Canada sa pagtingin ng mga Canadians sa kanila, sir?
Depende nga yan eh kung anong tingin nila, kung anong tingin ng Canada. Ang gobyerno, kung kailangan nila ang overseas workers natin doon, syempre, hindi nila gagalawin yun. Madidisrupt din yung takbo ng kanilang palakad doon.
Are you giving them assurance, sir, na hindi maapektuhan yung kanilang pagtatrabaho, yung kanilang relation with the Canadian community, given na 800,000 po yung mga Pinoy na nasa Canada?
Whatever the consequence, this government will be protective of the interests of our countrymen in any part of the world.
Okay, last on Canada. Raymond and then RJ, Canada rin.
Sir, dahil sa mga bago sinabi naman nila ngayon ng mga documentation, para dinidribble lang tayo ng Canada, bakit hindi na lang totohanin ni Pangulong Duterte yung kanyang banta earlier na ship back on our own yung mga basura ng Canada?
Yun nga ang gagawin niya, di ba? Nagagalit na nga siya. Kaya lang hindi niya binagawa dahil nangako na kukunin namin. Huwag natin pangunahan ng presidente. Magaling to. Sobrang ang galing nito eh.
So, until this May?
Abangan nyo na lang.
Last on Canada, RJ.
Sir, sabi niyo po alam na ni Presidente. Kailan niya po nalaman?
Hindi ko alam kung kailan niya alam. Basta alam ko alam niya.
Paano mo nalaman na alam?
Sinabi
sir?
ni Secretary Lux, alam.
Alright,
Ano pang gusto mong malaman?
Pero sir,
Kuminsan nagtataka ako sa mga tanong, parang, ha? Anyway.
No, sir. We're trying to find out how the palace and the DFA are communicating with one another. Kasi yesterday,
As I told you, even if there is no communication, very clear si Presidente, I'll let you do your job. Alam nyo kung anong gusto ko. So pag ginawa yan, yan ang desisyon ko. Otherwise, magsasalita si Presidente, iba. Di ba?
kasi sir, yesterday you said you are fine with Canada not beating
Sabi
the
ko
deadline.
kahapon, the President is a reasonable man. Kung slight delay lang, okay lang. Okay din naman, hindi ba sinabi niya, I will recall that as long as yung sinasabi niya, yung 2 or 3 weeks delay, it doesn't mean na in-extend namin ang deadline. Ang sinasabi namin, hanggat hindi nyo kinukuha yan, i-recall ko yung mga diplomats ko.
But definitely the DFA is not okay with it and that's why they recalled it. The representatives
Ano yun?
in Canada.
Kung baga, yun ang sign na gawin nyo ng kaagad kasi may problema na kayong malaki.
Exactly, sir. Thank you.
Okay, other issue, Nestor. Follow up ba? Pia. And then other issue na tayo kay Nestor.
Sir, you said that the president does not interfere with the decisions of the department heads, but you also
Unless
said
it goes against his stand.
but you also said that the president is the main architect of the Philippine foreign
Correct.
policy.
In other words, like for instance, DFA, alam na ng DFA kung ano ang policy ni Presidente kasi dinidiscuss niya sa cabinet eh. So alam na nila kung anong gagawin nila.
But for a decision that could bring big consequences, especially to the hundreds
Kay
of thousands
Presidente
of
pa rin yan.
Filipinos in
Yeah.
Canada.
Kay Presidente pa rin yan. Pag ginawa yan ng isang department head, merong clearance yan kay Presidente.
Sir, you said that the president is a reasonable man and he can tolerate a slight delay. Do you think that this recall is a reasonable action from the Philippine
I
government?
think so. Why? Because they said they will. Tapos hindi mo naman ginawa. O edi, meron siyang action.
But you said that the president, as a reasonable man, sees that there is yung slight delay na sinasabi ninyo. There's a reason behind that, and that the president is willing to wait 1, 2, or 3 weeks for them to sort it out. Yun ang sabi niyo kahapon.
Yeah, yun ang sabi ko. Wala naman na bago dun sa sinabi ko. Alam mo,
That,
ang isang tao, may hangganan. Di ba? Kung ang reason mo ay valid sa kanya, okay lang. Pero kung hindi naman valid, babaguhin niya ang desisyon niya. Hindi na siya magiging maunawain o understanding dahil binobola mo na siya.
okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, other issue. Other issue, Nestor, Dentina, and RJ.
Secretary, good morning.
Yes.
Most of the politicians tagged in the president's narco list won in the recent local elections. What does this say about the effectivity of the president's warning, since previously he mentioned that the purpose of releasing the narco list is to warn the public? So what does this say about the effectivity of the president's?
Well, di ba sinabi ko na sa inyo, yung dynamics ng local iba. Sila ang nakakaalam dun sa mga kandidato nila. Kahit na kasi, like in one, I will not mention one particular province. Not Davao. Somewhere in the... pag tinanong mo yung mga botante, nasa drug list yan, bakit yung binon... Abay, nasa drug list nga, pero ang grabe naman ng tulong sa amin dito. You get the point? Kumbaga pragmatic yung mga botante. Tumutulong sa kanila. Pag yung mga anak daw nila may sakit, dinadala sa ospital, medisina, ganyan. Kahit naman nasa drug list, binoboto pa rin nila. Ibang dynamics eh. More on necessity. But the president has already warned. Kaya sinasabi niya, bahala kayo. Ako, sinabi ko na sa inyo.
So, hindi effective yung naging warning ni President, sir?
Sa iba, effective. Sa iba, kahit na naniniwala sila ka presidente dahil mas kailangan nila yung tulong nung inihalal nila, binoto pa rin nila.
Will the government still push for the filing of charges dito sa mga narco-lister?
Palaging depende yun sa ebidensya. It will always depend on the evidence.
May follow-up? Follow-up? Other issue, Tina?
Sir, recently nag-viral yung video ng isang Filipino maid tied to a tree.
Who?
May Filipino domestic helper na tinali sa puno ng employer niya in Saudi Arabia. Na-repatriate na naman siya pabalik dito. Sir, meron pa raw mga ibang Filipino helpers in that household na nagsasuffer ng mga torture sa kanilang employers. Is there a need for the President to reiterate yung warning niya against mga abuses sa Filipino workers overseas?
I don't know about that. We'll ask Secretary Bello on that. I suppose he will be giving the President a report on that, and the President will act on it immediately.
Can we expect an answer before deadline, sir, today?
We will ask Secretary Bello, if you're listening,
Thank you,
we
sir.
want your response immediately.
Tina Maralit?
Sir, good afternoon. Sir, recently the Philippine and U.S. Coast Guards had conducted drills near Panatag Shoal, and it was reported that there were Chinese vessels tailing them. So what's your impression on this po? Is this our way of sending somehow na parang message po sa China regarding our territorial dispute with them?
They're having drills.
Yeah, they conducted drills po.
Palagi naman may
recently.
drills, ha? That's a regular thing.
Yes, sir, but between the US and the Philippines, tapos sinundan sila ng Chinese authorities. So what's your impression on this?
Sinundan sila? Sino nagsabi?
Sir, nasa reports.
Siya, galing kanino? Galing, hindi na. Kailangan official
Senator.
yung report.
Yes, sir.
Binalidate ba yan ng ano?
Yes, sir.
I will ask the Western Command kung ano yung nangyari doon.
So, sir, don't you think that by conducting those drills, aren't we pushing don't we risk pushing the wrong buttons to heighten the tension sa disputed waters?
Basta ang alam ko regular thing yung mga drills. Dati naman ginagawa yun.
Right, sir. Thank you.
Okay, Cedric?
Sir, afternoon again, sir. Sa next Congress, sir, does the palace see the possibility of having a super majority sa both the chambers ng House ng Congress, sir?
Eh kung karamihan na halal mga allies ng presidente, di magkakaroon nga ng majority. But regardless of, well, tingnan nyo ha, before election, di ba, majority rin ng allies ng presidente doon. Ganun din eh. May sarili-sarili kasing prinsipyo rin yung mga nandyan. So if the fear is baka kontrolado ng presidente, never naman nangyari yan. Unang-una si presidente ay makialam. He never interferes. And the proof of that is lahat ng mga nominees niya sa commission on appointments o karamihan o marami hindi na-aprubahan. Ibig sabihin, hindi niya kontrolado.
So ina-anticipate din, sir, ng palace, not just sa House, but even sa Senate, magkaroon ng supermajority posible.
O hindi ba sa Senado dati may majority allies ng presidente? When you say majority, one vote lang yun eh. So it doesn't matter whether 10 votes over majority ka o 1 vote. Majority pa rin. Hindi ba last time majority? Ganon din yun.
Sir, itong election, sir, would you consider this a preview of 2022?
What do you mean preview?
Preview of how 2022 may, yung result po ng 2022 may come about?
Depende. Kasi hindi ba ang election naman, the results of the election will depend on the first qualifications of the candidates. Number 2, the influence of the endorser. Depende. Hindi mo malaman.
Okay, follow up Joyce and then Rosalie.
O nga pala, ba't wala si Joseph sa kasi Ina? Sa boyfriend. I-welcome niya yung garbage. Welcome.
Joyce?
Bakasyon pala.
Sir, follow-up lang din sa tanong ni Kuya Cedric. So, sinabi po kasi ni Senate President Tito Sen kanina sa press con sa Senate na given na ito na nga yung possible lineup of senators, there's a big chance na mapapasa yung, ma-revive yung death penalty bill. What do you think, sir, about this?
Ay, sa kanila. Palaging depende sa kanila yan. If they share the president's stand on death penalty, then they will be voting in favor.
Do you welcome it, sir, yung statement ng ganito ni Senate President?
Lahat naman yan welcome, basta pabor sa bayan.
Given, sir, na maraming administration bets ang possible na manalo and yun nga, dun sa usapin ng death penalty, possible ba na gawing priority legislation, i-mark to ni President Duterte sa next SONA niya, one of his priority legislation?
Hindi ko pa alam. We will have to ask him that.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, Rosalie. Secretary, we have Anjo naman ng CNN Philippines there.
Sino?
Si Anjo.
Oh, yeah. May tanong ka?
Si Rosalie Cos. Rosalie?
Kasi pag CNN, maraming tanong.
Sir, yesterday you mentioned,
Oh, that reminds me, bago nga pala, may question kahapon about funding. O, yung sa Rappler, mukhang hindi ako naintindihan. Ang ibig ko sabihin ng yung funding, kasi parang ang tanong bakit pag sa mga news organization matanong niya, pag media, bakit tayo kumukontra? Ang sagot doon, kontra tayo pag nagbibigay doon sa media na ginagamit yung pondo para sirain ang pamahalaan. Yung mga pondo galing sa ibang foreign governments na grant, pabor sa pamahalaan at sa taong bayan yon. But if a media outlet receives funding to demonize the government, siyempre ayaw natin yon. Anyway, ano nga yun? What's
Rosalie?
the next question?
Rosalie Cos?
Sir, since possible nga, malaking possibility na dominated na mga kaalyado ni Pangulong Duterte ang both Congress. So, ano po ang inyong expectation sa kanila? Sa tingin niyo po ba na mas mapapadali ang pagpasa ng mga administration pet bills tulad nga po ng death penalty, federalism, and even the emergency powers na since the first part of the term of the president ay hinihingi na?
Well, that will depend again on the members of Congress. If they feel that they should pass it immediately, then they will. You must remember that these two houses are deliberative assemblies. So when you say deliberative, it means they will have to discuss, to deliberate the pros and the cons.
Sir, okay po. Nagbigay po kayo ng paunang statement na since nga po na majority ng mga nasa top 12 ay mga inendorso ni Pangulong Duterte na nagpapakita na tinugon ng taong bayan yung panawagan ni Pangulong Duterte. Ano naman po kaya ang masasabi ng Pangulo at ng Palasyo sa mga talunan niyang inendorsong kandidato?
O hindi ba sinabi natin sa statement na we thank them for participating in a democratic process, and we commended them for fighting a good battle. But the majority has spoken. Hindi kinagat yung kanilang mga issues against the president.
Sir,
It would have been better, sabi ko nga sa statement ko, kung instead of hitting the president or mudslinging the president, in quotes,
sorry, sir.
they should have presented alternatives as against doon sa mga kandidato. Diba? Kung present nila ito ang aming
Sir, I'm talking
program.
about the endorsed candidates of the president na hindi po pumasok or tumungtong sa top 12 katulad po ni na Mr. Freddy Aguilar, si Congressman Mangunda Datu, and medyo nanganganib din po si Senator J.V. Ejercito. So, yung Duterte magic po sa kanila, what does the palace or the president say about that po, sir?
Alam mo, nasa taong bayan pa rin yun. Kung hindi nila... Kasi maraming factors winning The first number one there is name recall. Pag hindi ka masyadong kilala, kahit na in-endorse ka, kung hindi ka namang kilala nung boboto, hindi ka rin lalabas.
So, hindi po umepekto yung pong endorsement ng Pangulo sa kanila dahil sa walang recall?
Not necessarily. Kung hindi nakaabot dun sa mga botante yung endorsement, hindi nila alam na ini-endorse ng presidente. You must remember na hindi lahat ng tao ay may access sa media.
Sir, itong mga inendorsong kandidato na ito na hindi pumasok po, hindi nanalo, no? Inendorso sila ng Pangulo kasi pinagkakatiwalaan sila at kilalang personal, yung kanila pong credibility. So, how about the possibility of appointing them to other government positions po, even sa cabinet?
I don't know about that. We have to, that's the call of the president. Doon nga pala you recall, kahit na ini-endorse ni presidente, tandaan niyo yung sinabi niya sa meeting ni Avance, hindi ko kayo pinipilit kung gusto niyo lang. Kung itong gusto ko. Kung ayaw niya naman, okay lang naman sa akin. So madalit sabi, wala siyang sinasabing, kalamot naman niya yan. Hindi siya ganun Sinasabi niya lang na, ito okay sa akin to. So I leave it to you. That's why maraming You must remember, hindi lang 12. Diba? Ang daming, kumbaga, mamili na lang kayo dyan kung sino gusto nyo.
Sundutin ko lang po, sir, related po dun sa question ko. Ano naman po masasabi ng Palas na pasok po yung party list na bayan muna? Na
Eh dati namang pumapasok yan, di ba?
what does it show about the electorate, sir?
What does it show? Eh?
So marami pa ring taong mga publiko na sumusuporta sa kanila. Hindi umepekto po yung panawagan ng government against them not to support the left-leaning party list.
Sino ba nanawagan na huwag silang i-support? I don't think the president made that statement. He never said that. Tsaka parang ang napapanood ko kanina sa TV, parang sinasabi nila na bumaba ang boto ng mga left-leaning party list. So kung yung tanong mo, sasagutin ko based on that, ibig sabihin, kung totoong nagkampanya against them, ibig sabihin, epektibo pala.
Okay, friendly reminder.
Dahil bumaba yung kanilang boto.
Please limit your follow-up question, Raymond, then Julie.
Sir, after the elections, the PNP is pushing for strengthening the batas laban sa vote buying. Do you expect any development o mauusad kaya sa Kongreso considering na karamihan naman ng mga kongresista, yung mga sila rin yung mga usually suspect na sangkot sa vote buying?
Alam mo, kahit na siguro hindi ba bawal na nga ang vote buying, bakit nandiyan pa rin? Gaya nga na sinabi ng Presidente, hanggat merong taong may hirap, palaging merong vote buying. Bawal naman talaga vote buying. Pero it happens. Realidad yan. Hindi, kailangan iangat mo yung mga botante para they will not be lured or
Julie?
persuaded or tempted to accept money. Or they can accept money but they will vote yung kursunada nila.
Sir, ibalik ko lang dun sa sa pagka-elect ng most of the president's allies in the Senate. A research firm, Capital Economics.
Saan ka? Paano hindi kita makita?
Sir, laki ko.
Natatakpan ka naman kasi.
Sir, Capital Economics, a research firm, says that it expects more economic reforms to be passed under a Senate with more Duterte allies. However, it is warning that it might be bad long term because of President Duterte's autocratic tendencies daw and his willingness to undermine political institutions and attack his opponents, which have caused foreign investors to take fright. Ano pong masasabi
Kanino
ng
galing yan?
Palas dito? Capital Economics po, sir. It's a research
Sino
firm.
yan? Parang mali yata ang kanyang
It's a London-based
mga opinion
research
kasi hindi man dami nga nating investors ngayon. Yung sinasabi niyang autocratic, kailan pa naging autocratic tong presidente ito?
But you do agree, sir, na we will expect more economic reforms to be passed with this Senate, with this composition of the Senate. You do agree with that?
Whether or not Senate or Congress are dominated by the allies of whoever is incumbent, we expect them to pass economic reforms that would be beneficial to the Filipino people. Hindi dapat pinag-uusapan nyo kung alay ka o hindi. Ang trabaho mo dyan sa Kongreso, magpasa ka ng mga batas na makakatulong sa pag-unlad ng ating bayan at sa mga kababayan natin. It's about time tanggalin na natin yung mga partisans consideration. Diyan tayo nalulugmok eh. We have to go beyond.
Okay, last two and then other issue na tayo kay RJ. Pia and then Cedric.
Sir, will the Palace ask COMELEC to explain yung naging issue doon sa transparency server last May 13? Lalo na po doon sa delay ng transmission ng results in the transparency server because many are casting doubt on the results of the election because na-delay nga daw yung pagpapakita ng results sa transparency server.
Hindi ba sabi ng COMELEC i-imbestigahan nila? Hindi na kailangan ng presidente sabihin sa kanila magpaliwanag. It's their duty kasi sila ang sentinel. Sila dapat nagpapaliwanag sa atin. Ano ba ang na-delay? Which one ang na-delay?
Kasi sir, nung on the night of the elections, parang pinakita na yung partial unofficial results from the transparency server, parang less than 1% nung 6:15 p.m. And then yung next na nila na update is mga 1 o'clock, tas 90% na yung votes. So ang laki ng jump. So many people are casting doubt on the results of the elections na baka daw may nagkaroon ng kung ano-anong hocus-pocus because of this.
Pero hindi ba, the way I understood it, 3 ang tumatanggap ng ano? Yung 2, tumanggap ng tama, right? Walang, kung yung 3 na-delay lang doon sa isa, di yung 2 pa rin nandun, ibig sabihin, paano mo mababago yung pangatlo kung nauna na yung 2? You get the point? So it doesn't matter kahit ma-delay. Kasi pumasok naman doon sa 2 pala.
So walang nakikita sir na any
Ako, if you will ask me, if there are 3 receivers from one source, pumasok doon sa 2, it doesn't matter kung ma-delay ito. Kasi kung delay lang, but the same number of votes pa rin, anong problema doon? It would be different kung ma-delay mo yung 3 ng matagal sabay-sabay. Ibig sabihin, wala nakakala, ano ba nangyayari? Yan ang may problema.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, last 3, Cedric, RJ, Dentina.
Sir, the COMELEC has yet to comment on this, pero baka lang napanood nyo na yung video, parang nagva-viral ulit yung Lanao del Sur. Allegedly,
Lanao?
sir, meron daw ballot shading sa Lanao del Sur.
Then the COMELEC should investigate that. COMELEC yan. That's their turf. Hindi tayo pwedeng makialam dyan sa ngayon.
Napanood nyo na yung video, sir?
Hindi. Hindi pa.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Cedric. RJ.
Ano raw ba nila ginagawa? Yung shedding? Before. Paano nila ipapasok yun? Parang hindi.
Well, hindi naman malino, sir, kung pre-shaded or ano lang. Pero what's clear is...
Hindi, paano? Kasi pag binoto mo, di ba, papasok sa makina, makikita mo kung yun nga binoto mo, tapos ilalagay sa isang box.
Sir, may video kami if you want to see.
Later, okay. RJ?
Sir,
Right yan.
Sir, si RJ. Question, RJ.
hi, sir. Sir, update on the president. Nasaan po siya this week, sir?
Ngayon, nandito na siya, sa Manila.
Anong
Kagabi
schedule
pa.
niya, sir?
Kagabi pa.
Anong schedule niya, sir?
Hindi ko pa nakikita yung schedule ni Yusek Mia. I haven't checked.
Alright, thank you. Anong ginagawa niya daw, sir?
Ba? Hindi ko alam kung anong ginagawa niya at this time.
Is he working on the letters of dismissal which he promised?
Hindi ko alam. Baka may mga announcement siya.
Okay,
Alam ko may mga gagawin siyang announcement.
thank you. Alright, so hindi mo pa siya nakikita, sir?
Hindi pa.
Alright.
Alam ko lang nandito na siya.
Tina Mendez, and then Anjo, CNN Philippines.
Sir, related lang sa elections ulit. Sir, prior nung election day, nag-issue kayo ng statement that the president has put in or placed measures designed to determine if there was cheating or mga other mechanisms. Ngayon, merong issue on VCMs and yung mga substandard na SD cards yata yan. Wala bang aksyon ang Malacañang?
Hindi, sa ngayon, siyempre sa COMELEC yun. Kasi yun ang under the Constitution sila titingin muna doon.
Pero the fact that it's parang nagka-cast ng doubt on the integrity of the elections and the
sino man
victory
nagkakalas ng dot
allied
karamihan
and-
nga, sila, di ba? Pwede, puro naririnig ko nga, puro papuri sa nangyayari. You must remember that within hours, alam na natin kung sino nanalo. Malaking bagay yon.
Pero hindi pa official, sir. Anyway, sir, sa pagkapanalo ni Sap Bongo, ni Secretary Tolentino, and General Bato, anong in-expect ng presidente sa kanila sa Senado?
To do their work as senators.
Yung dynamics since that they are perceived to be solid Duterte allies.
They're what?
They are perceived solid Duterte allies compared sa mga nanalo na re-electionists.
Nagkataon lang na malapit sila sa presidente. But that doesn't mean anything na ibig sabihin sunod-sunuran sila. And speaking of, since you mentioned Bato, meron kasi nag-text sa akin I hope she's listening. Parang minamaliit niya si General Bato. Dahil sabi ni General Bato, wala siyang alam sa legislation kaya mag-aaral siya. First, dapat nga, we should commend him for admitting yung kanyang handicap. Pero wag nating malitin, nakakalimutan ng mga kumi-question sa kapasidad ni General Bato na PMA graduate ito. Hindi ba ang PMA graduates known for their intellect, yung kagalingan nila? Pangalawa, nakakalimutan din naman nagki-question kay General Bato na si Ping Lacson, PNP graduate at PNP chief din. Wala ring alam sa legislation nung siya'y pumasok. O hindi ba naging magaling na legislator? Ang dami. Tingnan mo si Tito Soto. Di ba? Kita mo naman, Senate President na, magaling pa. Hindi ba? Hindi, kasi parang pinalalabas nila. Dapat abogado lang ang nandyan. Kasi legislation yan. O, bakit? Ano sabi ni Lapid? O, magtatagal ba ako rito kung di ko alam ang ginagawa ko? O, kita mo naman. Meron daw siyang mga bills din. Maraming hindi abogado ron. Bakit naman si Manny Villar? O si Manny Pacquiao, na minamaliit din. Wag nating maliitin. Ha?
Anjo,
Baka ayaw niya sabihin, baka privileged communication.
Jinky,
Pero
please use
kilalang
the
tao
microphone,
siya. Ang asawa niya ay kilala rin. Ba't mabait na bata? Kapatid din ng isang member of Congress.
Okay. Anjo? Anjo, please.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Sir, still related on the election. Sir, there's a call from a Caritas official to suspend the proclamation of senators amid the alleged election fraud. Sir, do you think there's enough basis for that?
Nasa COMELEC yun. Mahirap tayo mag-comment yan kasi teritoryo nila yan. The president will never interfere in an electoral process. Ang nangihinayang ako, yung 1.1 million. I think the COMELEC should do something about that. Kasi, biro mo 1.1 million, hindi mo mabibilang. Pag titingnan mo yung mga differences doon sa mga kandidato, malaking bagay yun. Mayroong malalaglag, mayroong papasok. Ang dapat pag-aralan nila, how the voter, kasi hindi ba sinishade? Pag sumobra, hindi na babasahin ng... Dapat there should be a way na kahit na sumobra, yung sobra, huwag mong basahin. Yun na nga, kailangan there should be, there should be a way of determining na hanggang 12 lang. Like for instance, siguro, dapat nakalagay doon sa balota, hoy, 12 lang ang ilagay mo dyan. Hindi. Saan? Hindi, nakalagay lang at choose 12. Wala man nakalagay doon. Pag sumobra ka, hindi namin bibilangin yung boto mo. Hindi, bakit? Hindi lahat ng mga college graduates, no?
Sir, that's the role of the COMELEC to inform the voters.
Kaya nga, that's why.
They're short of a campaign from the COMELEC.
Kulang ang kampanya siguro nila. At the same time, siguro dagdagan pa nila. Kasi sayang parang there must be a way.
Yung sumobra naman yung in-endorse, sir.
Ang dapat, ang naisip ko, dapat maging modern tech na tayo na pag pumunta ka sa voting precinct, pipindot ka lang pag binoto mo, labas ka agad sa screen nationwide. Kumbaga, Every time ka boboto, nandun na, nagdadagdag na yung mga boboto. Bakit kaya nila hindi magawa yon?
So, okay na tayo? Okay, Cedric, yung video, gusto mo pa pakita?
Oh, meron
Secretary?
pa bang tanong?
May tanong pa?
Any
Chona? Question.
any other questions?
Sir, yung video daw kung gusto mo makita, sabi ni
Ano
Sen.
pa? Ano bang tanong?
Sir, 13. Sir, 13
Yung
daw
alin?
kasi yung ano.
Yung?
13 yung in-endorse ni Presidente, kaya 13 din yung binoto ng tao.
Hindi lang ang iba, sobre. Basta sumobra.
Okay, MPC? No more questions?
Baka nga, for all you know, baka 24 ang nailagay doon.
Okay.
Tsaka napansin nyo ba yung ano? I don't know if you notice. Pag sinade nyo, pag binaliktad nyo, nandun yung shading eh. Sa likod ng ano, sa likod ng party list. Napansin nyo ba yon? I was afraid na sabi ko baka ma-invalidate to. Bakit? Hindi ba? Yung anong tawag doon? Yung ink, umaando din sa likod eh.
Okay, MPC, follow-up,
Sir-
limit your follow-up question, Chona.
Sir, despite the glitches
Yes.
po.
Ano yun?
Despite the glitches ng
Yes.
VCM,
Despite the glitches, I think generally the election,
yung results are credible po ba?
I think so, yes. Definitely. Wala ako nakita. Kasi yung sinasabi nila na yung mga machines na 300 something, gaya na sinabi ko na, napakaliit na porsyento yan. Pangalawa, may remedyo doon. Kung hindi nabasa ng machine, all you have to do is to manually count the votes. Kasi nandun lang yung sa box eh.
Okay, last two, no more. Last, Royces, TV5.
Yes. TV5.
Hi, sir. There are 5 contenders for the House speakership. Meron na po ba?
5 contenders? Sino-sino?
Yes, sir. Alvarez, Legarda, Cayetano, Velasco, and
Oh, I didn't know.
Torres.
Si Lauren pala tumakbong
Sino po yung sinusuportahan ng Pangulo?
Oh, ngayon, anong tanong mo doon sa lima?
Sino doon, sir, yung suportado ng Pangulo? Because I remember in 2016, he openly supported the bid of House Speaker Alvarez.
Did he?
Yes, sir.
Parang hindi ko
Yes,
yata.
sir. Yes, sir.
Ha? Hindi ko pa alam kung sino ang susuporta. Wala pa siya sinasabi.
Okay, MPC, no more questions? Okay, thank you, Secretary Panelo.
Thank you.
Thank you, MPC.
Thank you.
Back to
Hello?
May Studio sa Radyo Pilipinas and People's Television Network.